This is the first part of the process for the collection of the stallion. It's filling the AV, which stands for artificial vagina. This is the Missouri AV that we use for all our stallions. It's a double layered latex liner which we fill up to a temperature of 45 to 50 degrees for point of collection. The next bit we've got to do is assemble the AV. We put a leather case and the next bit to where the semen is harvested, we put a collection bottle. The stallion ejaculates in three main fractions. We get pre-ejaculatory fluid, we get the sperm-rich fraction, and then we get this gel, this copious substance, and the filters there designed to stop any smegma or gel getting in contact with the semen. And lastly, we put on a bottle warmer. There's a couple of things that semen don't like. One is temperature shock and UV rays from sunlight, so we keep the semen well covered up and warm. Now, just preparing the stallion for the collection. All the stallions that use the dummy mare, they have their knees bandaged just to help them protect them when they're on the dummy mare. This stallion we're using today is Libra K. He's an international Grand Prix show jumper. He's by Libra H, and in 2000 he was the only horse to have finished in the top 5 of all major age group classes, including the Fox Hunter final at Hoy's. Now, as we fill the AV, now we're just going to prepare the AV for the collection, which is just adding a bit of lubricant into the AV, small amount, and testing the AV to make sure it's at the right pressure and the right temperature for this specific stallion. This is to get rid of any debris, snag or the forward actual collection process. Now we've done our collection. As you can see, we've got our semen sample here. Nothing's backed up, so the stallion hasn't produced any gel. So now we need to take it into the lab to analyse the semen. First thing, we've got to analyse the semen in its raw state. The stallion's given us 35 mils of semen. The next thing we will do is look at the motility of the semen. We put 10 microlitre droplets on a slide with a cover slide. And it's just a very quick analysis of the semen to make sure the semen is looking okay. The next thing we've got to do is take a concentration reading of the semen to make sure, to see what concentration the stallion's given us. We use a machine called a nuclear cell counter, which is one of the most accurate ways of actually testing the concentration of sperm cells by taking up a sample of semen in this cuvette, loading it into the nuclear cell counter, and this will tell us exactly the concentration. There we are. Now it's giving us the concentration. The concentration of this specific stallion that we just collected from is 214 million sperm per milliliter, which is about average for the typical stallion. So we enter these parameters into our spreadsheet, and we put in how many jumps it's taken us to get off the stallion, which is one jump. He didn't give us any gel. We put in what centrifuge medium, so that when we're going to spin the semen down, we give a rough estimate of the raw motility, which was 60%. The volume he gave us before, which is 35 mils, and the density is 214 million sperm per mil, and that will give us a rough estimate of how many straws this stallion has given us in this collection. We have to carry out quite a lengthy process to process the semen down so we can get it into the straws. The first thing we've got to do is centrifuge the semen. In its raw state it doesn't live very long. We have to add something to it, which is called a centrifuge medium, and this specific medium is, as you can see, it's a nice clear medium, so we can actually see the cell band of the semen much clearer. We literally just add this to the semen, just a 1-to-1 concentration, just for the centrifugation process. We add it into the centrifuge tubes. Make sure they're balanced out. And now we spin our semen quite fast. We spin it at 1000 G for 20 minutes, and for order to do this, we have to spin it onto a liquid cushion, and we add this to the bottom of the centrifuge tubes. This is a dense band cushion, means we can now actually harvest 95% of the sperm cells, whereas if we spin the semen at a slower speed, we would obviously be only harvesting a much lesser amount. And if you can see the band, the cushion now just been in the bottom of the centrifuge, and we just put 2 mils of this liquid cushion. Once we do this, we just then put it in the centrifuge. The next part of the process, we're going to print the straws, the name on the straws. He's given us about 63 straws. We always package 6 straws per dose. We're putting 100 million in each straw, or 200 million per mil. The semen now is chilled down for half an hour, so we're going to switch on the freezing machine. We'll load our semen into the freezer. We have one probe that we put into the straw, so we know exactly how the straws are actually freezing. So we take it out of the freezing machine. And we plunge straight into liquid nitrogen at minus 196. And now the freezing process is complete. And finally, the last bit is putting actual semen away in the nitrogen containers. We have 2 storerooms, one for UK use and one for export. Each tank can hold roughly 250,000 straws in each tank. They've all got nitrogen alarm levels linked up to mobile phones just in case they fall below an acceptable level, and they're kept there at liquid nitrogen until the mare owner needs it.